around. Her. Hiss. Hiss.
Oh, I can't see.
Oh, this is heavy. Being Jackson lifting these weights and things. Hey, what was that noise? Oh no! I am captured! Don't make me take the poison. Don't make me take... Oh, I never saw. I'm Jackson again. I never saw Isaac and the dad ever argue. I saw him play with the teddy bears outside, with puppy dogs and rainbows, and everything was happy in the world. And and he should be back in school.
I'm Lydia, and I just wrote someone help me backwards on the board, and they thought it was Chinese, and the show didn't want to recognize it anymore, so it's no longer relevant.
All right, what's this?
Butterfly.
What's this?
A butterfly.
What's this?
A butterfly.
What's this?
Danny platypus. Platypus.
The incorrect scientific name for butterfly.
Butterfly.
Isaac.
Stop.
Allison.
Erica.
Scott.
Good video. Now I have to eat the candy that we made in science class. I'm Lydia. Ew. It's dripping.
But you don't even notice it. I peed on it. I mean, put poison on it.
It's really good.
We gotta kill you now.
It's not so good anymore. Here, I'm Allison, and I need you to read this psychiatrist lady, guidance counselor woman.
Hello.
Not that.
I can't read this.
Sure you can. Try.
Well, now suddenly that you said the word try, I now can read it. There's a creature who is... I'm sorry, I can't read it no more.
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Suddenly, once now, since you said that, I can now read it again. There is a creature who is lonely. Kinema.
Very good.
You know, I was just sitting here with Jackson and we were talking about the camera and, I mean, I could have technically changed the video.
Yeah, and I'm camera guy Matt, and it's my camera, so I could eat. Ooh. What's up?
Yeah, or, like we could have done it together.
Together, yeah. Well, I gotta go.
Why does he like Allison? I want to talk to you. Where's my key?
I hate you.
Where's my key?
I hate you.
Where's my key? Still need my key. Hey. Well, I mean, like, maybe they're, like, immune to it, and, maybe Lydia's immune, and then maybe Jackson's immune, and maybe, everyone in the world's immune, and then maybe no one will become a wolf ever again, and maybe everyone's outside laughing, and we can all get along and play in a field and skip along the highway, and then everything in the world will be great.
I'm gonna destroy you. You know that, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm still Scott.
Yeah. And I'm a bad mother, Derek.
Take that, Erica. Take that, Isaac. You don't come in my house messing with my friends. No, no, no. Even though I'm all late and everyone's kind of taking care of everything. No, no, no. Growl. Hiss.
Growl.
I'm Jackson. Growl. Hiss.
Growl.
Hiss.
Growl. Growl.
Is that another hand like me?
Growl.
Alright, hey you guys, it's Twisty.
It's Dannie Fresh.
Just got back from seeing Teen Wolf episode 5. And according to...
Oh, hey, Baba's here too.
Yeah, forgot Baba's here. And just got back from seeing Venomous. Apparently the episodes have titles. We didn't really mention them.
Sorry.
Well. Way to go, Baba. So, starting off with our favorite quote of the night. Okay, me and Baba definitely lined up on this one. And it's
that's just because they're best friends.
And it definitely came from Miss Allison when she finally knocked out Erica using her arrow and venom. And I quote, "I thought you were psychic, bitch." So,
I'm sorry, I have to deviate from the friends and say that I believe I had kind of two of them. One came from Styles, and he said Lydia was only 50% evil, but then he was like, if it was a good day, it was only like 40 at the max, like that one. And the other quote came from the lacrosse coach, and he was talking to Scott, and he said, "Do you really want to handle Danny's equipment?"
So
leave it up in there.
And just say those are also honorable mentions from Baba. So, way to go. Alright. Starting off with some loose ends that we noticed for this episode. Alright. Danny and Matt. When did we miss this one? I mean, yeah, they're hanging around a lot with dealing with Jackson in general. I mean, it just takes a crowd to deal with this boy. And they're hanging around with each other. And it looks a little gay. We know Danny is. Wonder about Matt. Even though Danny says right off from the bat, nah, he's infatuated with Allison. Why is he the only? I mean, why is he the only one that knows? No one else seems to notice this boy's been taking pictures, staring at this girl.
But how did he know?
So I'm not really for sure.
The only time Danny really is in the scenes is with Jackson.
Right.
So how did he know?
Which we wonder about their gayness too. So. All right, we know Danny is. We're wondering about the others. So, Allison and the guidance counselor. Now, Baba and us kind of lined up on this one. What's up with this guidance counselor? She pops up out of nowhere. She's the guidance counselor to Lydia, because we all know Lydia got problems. Don't forget about Creepy Boy, who also went there. Why does she know so many languages? She has this degree. And she's in high school doing a guidance counselor thing. I mean, it almost seems like this was like a last resort. She had tried 85 million jobs, and the only ones that were available here recently was the guidance counselor. So
the history, Latin, French-speaking guidance counselor.
Right. Something about that just sounds very strange, very odd. So still trying to figure that one out. Don't know. Another thing that we noticed is Derek's comment about Scott being head of his own pack. Now, Derek is in all the mode of, I see why you don't want to follow me, because you have your own pack. Now, I don't know if he's being sarcastic. I don't know if he's being truthful. But what's interesting is that he made the comment, and then you look at Styles, and you look at Allison, and you're like, huh, well, he kind of is leading them, and he kind of is the head of the pack. He would be the alpha. So
then he just has some stragglers like Lydia and Jackson.
So what does that mean as far as the show is concerned? Does it mean that now Scott will be an alpha? Does it mean that we'll have a few stragglers running around they're all going to be like the Scooby-Doo gang. But it was an interesting comment, so I have to kind of take it to heart. Also, far as Baba mentioned, when and how did Isaac get the venom on the crystal in the chemistry lab? I mean, you know, Isaac is creepy and he's a little weird, and you know, I just think he just kind of, whoop, there's the venom. Also, that the Kanama doesn't know itself or remember afterward. I get that. But we're supposed to believe that Jackson does remember every time feeling the scales and growing and doubling over in pain with each transformation. Good point. Having said that, the first time he transformed, he was asleep. So maybe we're to understand the transformations while he's asleep, because he's like the heaviest sleeper ever, that it doesn't really affect him. Don't really know. But honestly, I think he's going to remember this time he transformed. Who knows?
Or he's going to remember something happened.
Right. Alright. Going on to character. What's up with this guidance counselor lady? Okay. Us and Baba kind of agree on this one. What's up with this guidance counselor lady? Is she the other Kanama? Is there another Kanama? I'm beginning to wonder about this, because she's weird. She just pops up. She is knowing all the languages. She's, well, acting wise, I don't know if you've seen her that often. You've probably seen her before. Can't even remember where. But you know,
Bird.
So I'm not fully understanding what her point is, because they're bringing in people, and I know that they're being creative, I know they're being smart, but for real, why are they here? Once again, you know, I have to go back to even when Baba mentioned about Matt the camera guy. I mean, and I quote, seems to have restrained himself from stalking Allison long enough to stare into Scott's eyes. So really, what is his purpose? For him to discover werewolves? Boring. The boy needs a plot twist fast, because it seems sort of been there, done that. And I have to kind of agree. It's kind of like the guidance counselor. She's there conveniently to read this Latin language. So,
come on, MTV.
Right, you're better than that. You're better than that. So, also there's the Kanama itself. It's another character. It's lonely. Not really understanding what's the difference between that and a wolf. Now, what I mean by this is, look at all the characters that became wolves. Okay. They were posts of people that really didn't have a lot of friends and couldn't really fit in, and now they want to be popular. So they were, in so many words, what? Lonely. Well, isn't that kind of what Jackson is? Yeah, he's kind of an ass, but I mean, isn't that kind of what Jackson is? What's really the difference? Is Jackson that bad of a person? So, not really fully understanding that.
Well, I thought he was, especially when he just took Lydia up to the room and was like, hey, give me my key back.
Well, he is kind of a snake in the grass. Surprises! Who the Kanama really is. Of course, this was an awesome surprise. That's my line up on this one. Great, we finally know who it is.
I mean, that was a good stuff. I mean, come on. You didn't line up on that one.
Right. So if we weren't all surprised with that one, how did you know?
You work on set, don't you?
Yep, I know it. Why does Derek have so much of his poison? I was a little bit confused on when Derek got all this magical poison from this creature.
Wasn't he in the pool?
Right, so I'm thinking that Derek was going around stalking this poor creature. If creatures walk around like doo doo doo, you know, it dripped a little, and Derek was right there to get it right up. I'm not really fully understanding how he has this much secretion. And does this thing just walk around just globbing everything out? Is it going like? I mean, why is it so much?
Oh my God, why'd you make this sound?
I don't understand why this creature is secreting so much goop, but it's a lot of paralyzing goop. So
why is it goop?
I don't know, but it's goop. Also, what Baba mentioned, Jackson and Lydia hooking up. That was a nice little surprise. I was kind of surprised when I did kiss. I was expecting them maybe to come to some understanding because Jackson's been so mean to this poor girl. But actually kissing and making up, that was a little bit of a shock. I wasn't ready for that.
They made up. Oh, he was just trying to make out with her.
Well, either that, they reached some kind of sexual enlightening understanding or something. I don't know. So yeah, it was probably just a kiss. They were probably just hot. So, moving on to what we think could possibly happen next. Well, I'm beginning to wonder, is there another Kinema? Because, okay, Jackson in Kinema form walks up to a car, bam, puts his claw up against it. Someone puts a gloved hand up against it. Now, these two hands are between glass, but you know, it's like some kind of understanding as to what you right. No glass, no love. So, you know, I'm beginning to wonder why they would do that unless there's another Kinema. Something has to be special about that bond, this understanding that was done there. Hopefully they'll explain it. What did Derek mean by the pack thing? I really would love to see if they're going to do a little Scooby Dad fight going on. I don't know. Maybe they'll go around solve mysteries or something. I don't know. Kind of curious about that one. And Scott and the pack maybe possibly work together. Us and Bob will line up on that. I think that eventually it's going to have to happen because it's the worst thing that could ever happen in their world is them having to work together. So they're bound to probably have to work together at some point in time. And well, Lydia, baby, will you find out what's going on with you, sweetie, darling, honey, child? You acting real crazy. You acting beyond your special crazy. You know. So I'm hoping that they'll give us some kind of enlightenment. They'll give us some medication that will calm her down.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
Right, she drank the special Kool-Aid. Baba added in, Jackson will find out that he's the Kinema and possibly a murderer. That's definitely gonna probably happen, and what Jackson gonna do with that?
Oh, well.
Moving on to our big discussion question of the episode: who was in the car? Is there another Kinema? And what does this mean for Jackson? 1, who's in the car? Well, I don't know who could have been in the car. I'm assuming somewhere between. I'm thinking the guidance counselor because she seemed kind of creepy. She knows the ancient language, even though. Now, let me ask you this, y'all. Let me ask you this. If you look at a language, I don't know what this word means. I don't know what this word means. And then translate it perfectly.
Well, Allison told her to sound it out.
I mean, what kind of encouragement? If I don't know what something means, I can sound it out 8 different ways. I still don't know what it means. I thought that was a little weird. Yeah. Maybe that's trying to tell us something, that maybe the guidance counselor is hiding something. But then again, she's stupid because why would you say, if I can't read it, I can't read it, sweetie. And you gave it back to her and you walk off angry because then you just look suspicious. But I don't know. So I'm a little bit wondering about that. Baba thinks from the bumper sticker quoting Einstein and the chemistry teacher actually quoting Einstein in the same episode, I'm going with him. So she thinks it's the chemistry teacher. That's another character that we remember when he's there because he's just so but that's a little interesting that Jackson and him would find a bond. That's an interesting bond. Is there another Kinema? I'm beginning to think the person in the car had to be one simply because it's just weird to me if for Jackson and the other person to find a bond in creature form. It's weird if it's not one. Lady Baba is saying, with Derek opening the door, that there could be other kinds of shapeshifters. I'm not 100%. However, the driver was wearing gloves that made it look like they were covering up claws. I think there's another Kinema because looking back on the murders that occurred, the mechanic's death seems out of place. I said that was really ripped apart, and so was the hunter. But the Kinema that attacked the mechanic deliberately made the car follow him, even though he could have flashed him up too. It's a little bit different in the way the murdering styles, and I didn't even think about that. One, you have 2 people that are slashed up. You have one person that had something fall on them. The Kinema just sits back and laughs. And then it looks at Styles. So it does make you think that this person is possibly more aware of who they want to kill and how they want to kill them.
That makes sense.
And what does this mean for Jackson? Well, for us, I'm thinking, Jackson, maybe he's going to find another partnership out there because Kinemas are just lonely. He's also now arrogant as all get out, and now he found out that he's the evil creature. So I'm just really hoping that it's gonna just turn out kind of bad good for Jackson, because I don't want anything bad to happen to Jackson, because he's not a he kind of is a bad person. I keep wondering if he became the Kinema, and the Kinema's supposed to be like a bad, lonely creature. He became the Kinema. The bite does two things. It either your body is apparently immune to it. It turns you into a wolf, or it turns you into whatever you are. It pulls out this your personality, I guess you can say, into a creature form.
Well, so apparently he was a lizard.
Apparently he's a snake.
Or a cat.
Or a lizard snake cat. So he was sneaky, but he can land on his feet. So I'm not really for sure exactly, what this all means for Jackson. Baba says, well, he's finally special like he wanted. But I hope he learns fast that with great power comes great responsibility. Awesome Marvel Spider-Man quote. Yeah, I caught that. Ha ha ha. So definitely we are excited about what's going to come next week. Very curious to see how things are going to turn out. Are some of our predictions coming true? Definitely check it out. That's Monday nights, MTV. Signing off. This is Twisty.
This is Baba and Dannie Fresh.
All right. Check you later.